Hello, upcoming 9th graders. I'm Miss Godwin. I'll be your school counselor. And today we're going to look at scheduling classes for the upcoming school year. You should have in your hand this green little sheet that's got your name at the top, and it's got some information right here at the top. So let's go through this first. You will see at the top of the page here it has probably anywhere from 4 to 5 classes listed. Here, these are have-to classes, so these are already in place for you. You'll probably have an English 1, a math class of some sort. It might be algebra, or it might be algebra 1A. A science class, environmental science, or it could be biology. And then Visions and Pursuits is in there for, it's kind of a history class to give us some history guidance for upcoming world history and U.S. history that you'll be taking in the next couple of years. So what are the classes listed above? These are the required classes that are recommended for you to take next year based on FA scores and grades in current classes. What if I want to change a class? So let's look at these. And you're listed as English 1, and say you would like to take English 1 honors. And if that's the case, then you need to mark through it. Liz put in English 1 honors there, but you have to have your teacher sign off on it, your current teacher this year, your current 8th grade English teacher. So you would have to get your English teacher to initial off as well as your parent. So you've got to make sure you have 2 initials on there. You have to have the teacher approval, the current teacher that you have now, to approve it, and the your parent as well. All right, right here, next one says, what if I want to take driver's ed instead of either personal fitness or fitness, lifestyle, and design? Remember now, we do need that PE credit at some point for graduation, but if you're looking at taking driver's ed, let's say you turn 15 over the summer, and you're wanting to look at taking driver's ed first semester. First of all, you have to have your learner's permit before you can even step foot into the class. So you've got to have that done. You have to have a learner's permit done. And you will have a form that you need to fill out about you and your learner's permit, some information here that you'll have to fill out that can be turned in over the summer, because I know some of you will be turning 15 possibly in July, maybe end of June, and we'll be getting your learner's permit over the summer. So you can turn this form in over the summer, and there's some information on here that's mandatory. We will need your learner permits, driver's license number here, we'll need parent signature and so forth, so you can turn this in. But let's say you turn 15 in October, and you're looking at doing it for second semester. Well, you got a little bit of time that you can get your learner permit done, you know, sometime during the first semester, get this form filled out, and we can look at it for second semester. All right, so now let's keep going. So you would mark through the class you will take later, either personal fitness or the fitness design class, and then you would write driver's ed and your birthday next to the class you marked out. Have your parents sign, and student must already have a learner's permit in hand before you step foot in the class. I can't stress this enough. If you do not have the learner's permit, you do not get in the class. Let's look now at the bottom down here. It says, please list 5 electives you want to take. You should have in front of you also the CTE acceptance letters. Most of you turned in an application to be looked at for approval for certain classes, such as drawing or art, the health science class, the ag class, culinary, the computer class, and engineering class. So if that's in front of you and you've been accepted into 1 or 2, some of you put, might be accepted in 2 of these programs, this is where you would place. All right, remember up here we've got our core classes needed for graduation, so now we're trying to fill in the rest of the classes down here. So elective 1 will be the one you absolutely want the most. This is the one class that I absolutely want the most, so you're going to put that in. And the elective 2 is going to be the one you want second to the most. and then so forth. Let's look up here. If you've got intensive reading up here, and it's in this class, it's up here in your schedule already. And you know, and this is because we've looked at a trend about you, and you're scoring normally on the FSA reading portion, you're scoring a level 1 or 2. So you're in the intensive reading to get the extra help. But let's say you score, because we haven't taken the FSA reading this year yet for 8th grade, but let's say you score a level 3 or 4, or maybe even a 5 in the on the FSA this year, this 8th grade year, and you have it, and intensive reading has been built in your schedule for 9th grade year. Well, we can take it out. We can take it out at that point. And that's why it's going to be important for you to make sure you fill in an elective at least for all 5 here. Try to fill in. Remember, 1 is going to be the one you want the most. Elective 2 is going to be the one you want second. 3rd is the one you want the 3rd, and then 4th or 5th, because then we can take, if we take this intensive reading out, then we can come down here and look, and we got other options to possibly choose from to replace that intensive reading. Now, vice versa, if you don't have intensive reading up here in your schedule, and let's say in May, when y'all 8th grade goes to take the FSA, the reading test, and you don't score as well as you normally have for some reason, let's say you score a level 1 or a 2, we're going to take away one of these electives and we're going to put it in your schedule. So remember, guys, it is absolutely important for you to make sure that you're reading that FSA test accordingly, you're looking at it closely, and doing what you're supposed to on that test when it comes time. Make sure you're paying attention, because it will affect your schedule at the high school. It will affect it. All right, so now, where do I get some of these elective classes? Where do I choose some of these elective classes from? Some of you didn't turn in an application for a CTE class, and you have no idea. I don't know what I want to do. Or maybe you did turn in an application, you only got accepted to 1. You still need to fill some class periods with some sort of class. Well, in front of you should have this course selection sheet. And this is going to help you fill in those extra classes needed, those elective classes. You'll see at the top here, class 1, 2, 3, and 4 is your 4 core main academic classes. Your English, Math, Science, and that history, that visions and pursuits. Class 5 is the physical education requirement that is needed for graduation. You have to have a year of it. You have to have a semester of a personal fitness class, and then a semester of what we call a run-around PE class. So we tend to try to go ahead and get that taken care of your 9th grade year. We can look at doing a performing fine arts class, which is required for graduation. And we can look down here. What are my performing fine arts classes? Well, we've got music of the world. Some of you are looking at taking band at the high school. All band classes are a performing fine arts class. Some of you have been accepted into the engineering class that you applied to, and the engineering classes are actually a performing fine arts class. All right, so let's keep looking here. Driver's ed we talked about as well. Remember, if you are turning 15 sometime in your 9th grade school year, let's say it might be pretty soon, maybe you're already 15 or you're going to turn 15 this summer, you could possibly apply and look at taking only a semester of a PE class and then a semester of a driver's ed class. But remember, you have to have your learner's permit in hand before you can take that driver's ed class. Have to have it in hand, and you have to have the form filled out. All right, so let's see. Let's keep going down here. All right, the CTE classes for approved down here. Principle of Food, the Ag class, the Health Science, Engineering, and the Computer class down here. So those of you that have that, you have that sheet of paper in front of you that states what you were approved for. Make sure you list them in here as well. All right, so that pretty much is the gist of it. I do want to stress to you real quick, remember that if you're wanting to change one of the 4 core classes up here, such as English 1, let's say you've got English 1 up here, but you want to change it to English 1 Honors, remember you have to have it initialed off by your teacher, your current 8th grade teacher, and your parent has to initial it as well. And make sure, try to fill in as many electives as possible. First being the most wanted, second is the next most wanted, and so forth down. If you have any questions, please ask your teacher. They can help you, and certainly if you have any further questions, you may contact me, Ms. Godwin, here at the high school. Thank you.